Hey YouTubers, Mike Martin's here from Mike Martin's channel. Foreclosure City, good morning. I want to wish everybody a great morning. Happy Tuesday. I'm just on my way to drop off some mail and go hang out with the kids. They're playing over in the indoor playground here in town. So I'm on my way to go check everything out. How are things? Hope everything's good with you guys on your end. Okay, so in the GTA, in the Greater Toronto Area in the province of Ontario, Canada, Eastern Canada, for those that are not too sure geographically, there's quite a bit of a problem. You know, we got Steve the Plumber on the show once in a while, discusses what's going on with foreclosures and this and this and that. Well, I spoke with a real estate agent from that area who's been a real estate agent for about 31, 32 years, and he retired in 2016. Okay, so he's been watching the markets, watching it just go crazy, and then watching it to go down. Well, he's got a lot of ties with different bankings and different institutions, credit bureau companies, First Canadian and all that stuff, and First Canadian, what's the other one? It's called Equifax and stuff. So he's really internally tied to what's going on. I asked him to come on the show. He said he'll think about it for trends in the housing market. So what he relayed messages like and stuff that he's been telling me, that it is the media's best kept secret, and they're doing an incredible, phenomenal job of keeping this off the media or keeping this off the news or educating the masses of what's really going on in the GTA area. So if you're in the GTA area, add me to Skype, Mike Martin's 1980. I'm on Skype. If you're in Toronto, Mississauga, Brampton, Oakville, let me know if you want to be on the show. Now, let me get to what he told me. This is what he said in his words. Mike, I've never seen anything like it. I was selling real estate back in the late 80s, early 90s during one crash. He's like, I've been watching your channel, and you're right on the money about everything. This is a bizarre bubble. Markets have come up and crashed, up and crash, up and crash. But not like this, Mike. You're right. It's being propped. It's being ballooned. It's doing everything it can. And now with all this money laundering schemes going around with billions and billions. Now, I thought it was $36 billion. It's over $100 billion per year they've been laundering in Canada. So this is becoming a huge problem. Anyways, okay, what is happening? So he told me clients and people he knew for many years are calling him crying and saying they don't know why they got into another this. They should have listened to him to stay put for a while, and they didn't, and they wanted to upgrade, and they wanted to buy a second property or even a third property. Some of them did. Oh man, the amount of people he told me that are in negative position. He said people, like when I was living in Florida and everything started getting foreclosed, you started seeing fires everywhere, and people trying to get the insurance to pay out or flooding their apartments. It isn't looking good, guys, and he told me in his own words that he did not see it coming this bad. He did not see it becoming a problem. Like, he saw it becoming a problem just like any other crash. People move on. He said this one's going to be very different, Mike. He says, you were right. This one is going to become one of the crashes. Not only is going to be put in the history books, but it's going to be one of the crashes that people are going to turn to when it comes to historical events. But he's afraid that they're going to do such a good job hiding this problem that people won't learn from this massive mistake we're going through right now. He says the amount of people calling him in tears, the amount of people calling him with, begging him for his advice, because he's created thousands, if not tens of thousands of contacts in the GTA area. And he told me, he's like, Mike, people are going to the banks and crying. People are going to the banks and yelling at the lenders. And Mike, you were right. A lot of people were being lent money that they couldn't afford. And he even brought it up. People are trusting lending officers and account executives like they're treating them like their barber. Like you go into your barber, you're like, here's $40, here's $30, here's $20, please cut my hair, right? Well, everyone's walking into their banking institutions and places like that and trusting these people like they're their barber, saying, here you go, here's my okay, here you go, give me my money, give me what I need, and I trust you, you've been working at this, you know what you're talking about. And that's what happened. People gave into their brokers, their banks, their lending institutions, shadow bank, whatever they deal with, and they forgot to do their own research. And this is the big problem, guys. And he said he's got stories of all kinds of stuff that's been happening in the last 6 months to a year. The media is doing its darn best to keep this off the books, like he says, off the books, making sure that people are not scared or people are feeling non-illed about it, that they're in a good position. Negative equity happens from time to time and things bounce back. So now he said that the media is working now really hard to create confidence in the markets, to tell people that basically the markets are going to bounce back. And I think this is all tailing back to Justin Trudeau's bailout to the media of $600 million to the social media, Canadian mainstream media. So I think it's all tying together in a way where they're just protecting each other's backs now. Anyways, guys, I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys feel. What is happening in your area? But here, well, not here in Merritt, but in the Greater Toronto area, things are really not looking good, and things are huge collapse, crash, and we're looking at a massive. It's going to implode on itself because it's just properties got way too high, and a lot of people are sitting at huge negative equities. Who wants to own a house that's worth less than what they bought it for? Who's going to pay down a house that's worth less than what they bought it for? And we're not talking $30,000 loss, $90,000. We're talking $200,000-$300,000 loss. Who's going to want to sit on that? Anyways, guys, do your own research. Be smart. Get out there. Open a book once in a while. Don't believe everything you see online. Heck, don't believe what I tell you. Thanks for watching, guys. Mike Martins here. And thanks for hitting me up in the tip jar, people. It means a lot to me.